I thought this video would be really nice to show you guys all my amazing buyers out there that have been supporting me all this time, and I'm just so appreciative of all the help. So I thought I'd give you a little rundown on some of the stuff I have been selling and like where I got it. Like these cute little Pioneer Women bowls set of four. They're so cute, y'all. So look at these pictures. Look how cute. I just sold this today. I think I picked this up for the set of four for $2. Now I thought I was going to be able to make a little bit more on it, of course, but that's okay because they're so cute. I'm happy they went to a new home and gets lots of use. They're so cute. I tell you what, sometimes when I'm listing these things, I'm like, am I sure I want to even sell this? But yeah, so 19.99. I've been running a 20% off um special, and I can't remember when it ends. I don't think I have too much longer for it to end. But so yeah, this one went, I had it originally for 24.99, but with a 20% off, it was 19.99, and a lovely buyer bought it today. I'm so excited about that. Michael Kors shoulder bag with wallet. And this was, it came from a set that I got from my friend Cami. And um so she gave me them to sell for her, and we are just gonna like split the money. And this was one of the worst ones out of them because all her bags were super great, very clean, except this one had a little more damage, so I priced it at $29.99, and it just sold after a couple months. And so I was able to get the full asking price on that, which I was very happy for because I felt like, I was already lowering it quite a bit. But aside from the outside having those two marks on the front corners, and those little spots right there on the front, just two little spots, and the little pens. Now, see why I marked it for $29.99? There were a few spots. Inside was, I think, even better. It might have been just the pen mark right there. Oh, yeah, another pen mark. I try to be fair with how I price the stuff, because I know when you get it, you're expecting something really nice, and if it's not, gonna be what I think you'd be expecting, I try to price it accordingly. So yeah, other than that, it was a really nice set with the wallet looking so cute. I love that little um closure that it had on it right there. I thought it was so. Oh, that was a terrible picture right there. I didn't even see that. Looks like it had a little mark on the back too. Although, okay, there I go. I try to take pictures of everything that I see that are a little bit off. Anything that would need to be addressed, I take pictures of it. So you're not being bamboozled when you get your thing. You're like, okay, I already knew it. I saw it in the picture. That's how I like it to be. So yeah, moving on, we're gonna go to this one is a Copper Chef microwave grill pan with grill press lid and accessories with manual and recipe books. Well, not a book, but you know what I mean. And this one went for 19.99. Now, I remember picking this up at the Salvation Army thrift store, and I got it for 99 cents. And I was pretty excited about it because I thought, oh, yeah, I got a good one. Of course, it wasn't as great as I would like, but you know what? I don't care. Someone thought it was worth paying 20 bucks for, and I was very happy for that. So here we have um yeah, 19.99 full asking price. That must not have been part of my 20% off. Let's just skip that one. But anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, when I got it, I tried to like do a little bit of research into how it's used, aside from just something that you're able to use in the microwave, which I'm completely confused by because it doesn't look like something you'd be able to put in a microwave, but it is. So I'm glad someone out there knew what it was and how to use it and found a great use for it. So yeah, moving on to the next one. This one this Samsung Blu-ray disc player with remote, I had a little bit longer than I would have liked because I picked it up for $15.99 and I was expecting to get over $100 for it. But you know what? This was probably before I learned that you could take pictures and do sold comps. This was probably before that because I don't remember looking it up. And so I bought as is, new in box. First, I thought we could use it at home, but then I realized how it's used, and I thought, oh no, I might as well sell this. This is a little more complicated than I want to have to deal with. So maybe it wasn't, but I saw something about, oh, where is it? Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, there it is, the wired Ethernet. And I'm like, is this something it's gonna have to be plugged in? Can it do HDMI? Now, I have HDMI on there. I hope there's somewhere on there where it says HDMI because I cannot remember actually seeing that. I hope whoever got it is fully aware based on my pictures that it may not be HDMI. So yeah, bought it for $50.99, sold it for $62. I was happy to just to have the space to, move stuff out and have space for more stuff because I had it for like a good 6 months and I did not expect to have it as long as I did. So I was really glad it sold. Okay, so this one here, I picked this up at a garage sale, yard sale, garage sale. And it was like $1. And I thought someone else was actually looking at it. There was a couple things with it. And someone was already looking. I'm like, oh man, it looks vintage. If it works, that'll be great. Maybe I can get it to, test it, but I got it home. I couldn't test it. I was so disappointed about that because I hate selling something that I cannot test myself. So anyway, I'm like, you know what? I gotta list this anyways. I'm just gonna put untested. Pray to God it works for the buyer. So far, I don't know if it's even gotten there yet. I'm waiting to see if it when it does and if I'm gonna have any complaints. Now, I did say untested and no returns. So I'm really hoping this person who bought it knows how to fix it, even if it's not working. I took really great pictures of it. Um, as you can see, especially the underside here. So I wasn't trying to bamboozle anybody. I took really good pictures to show it's not in great shape. So I'm hoping whoever got it knew what they, knows it's may not work and they're able to deal. Maybe it'll just be a prop. That would be awesome and it doesn't have to work. That'd be great. Anyway, so yeah, I picked it up for like $1. I wanted about 50 for it. I did not get that because I put it on 20% off, and obviously a good thing I did because it sold for 40. And turning $1 into $40 is pretty darn good still. And so I'm grateful. Like I said, I have a lot of great buyers out there who've been really supportive and just I've been real happy with it so far. We have this little cutie right here. This little cutie I got, oh my goodness, I think $1 too. I think I got it. Yes, it was 99 cents. I remember now. And it was at a St. Vincent de Paul store. And I got it, I think it was just because it was cute, a little cute baby toy. It lights up. It had a little stain there, which of course I had to show right there. Can barely see it, but if I see it, that means I'm going to try to find a way for you guys to see it. So yeah, it's just real cute. And I didn't have it very long, maybe 3 months. No, wait, I remember when I went back there. No, actually that was March. So April, May, June, July. I think I sold it at the end of, no, August. So 5 months. Actually longer than I thought. Hopefully some little baby out there is quite happy to have this toy, and hopefully if it's a replacement, hopefully it's a happy replacement. So this one here, I picked it up probably the same time I picked up that cute little plush giraffe. Most likely the very same day if I remember right. And it stunk. This bag stunk like you wouldn't believe of cigarette smoke. I had to let this bag sit outside on my screened in porch for, oh my goodness, probably a good couple months. Went back for it and it still stunk. So I had to wash it. Washing it wasn't enough. I think I sprayed it with stain remover, let it sit for a couple days, washed it again. I had to keep washing this bag until it had, I might have even used vinegar as well and baking soda. I used whatever I could think of that was natural because I try to wash all my stuff in natural products because people are allergic to so many things, and this bag already had cigarette smoke. So I didn't need to make it any worse. So I washed it with a lot of stuff. I make my own laundry soap and I washed this bag and I think I hung it out in the sun to dry too until this bag no longer smelled like smoke. And I was so happy to see it sold because I've had it probably since February. So that was the 6 months of holding on to it and making sure it was good and clean and smelled good before listing it. So yeah, it was one of the 40% 20% off. So it sold for 40 and I think I paid $2. No more than four, I don't think. If it wasn't two, then it was four. Remember it being an even number. And it wasn't too much. But yeah, I was happy to find it, but I was way happier to get it cleaned. And so yeah, 40 bucks on $2 to $4 is a nice profit. Like it's got some pretty colors, got the green there. So it's not just like you saw you get to see a little green on the side, I guess. It's got some nice color. My Hero Academia Bakugo backpack makes me sound like a anime person. So anyway, yeah. So my daughter, of course, told me what this bag was. That's how I knew to list it the way I did. Oh, so we have a little nick in the fabric there. I tend to forget a lot of this stuff until I see it again. So yeah, it said My Hero Academia, but what do I know? I probably didn't even see that when I picked it up. Or maybe I did. Who knows? No, I think I did. I think I did. Yeah. So anyway, it's a really nice bag. It has like this fleece inside of it. It's nice and soft on the inside, repels water on the outside. Yeah, it's a nice bag. All right, people, moving on to the next thing. So this one, it's a pair of Disney Phineas and Ferb window sculpture decoration. It's 14 inches, um, the one way wide, and it says glitter glow. You plug it in, it lights up. So, and they're new in the box. I got them at the Goodwill. In fact, I didn't find it. My daughter did. And at first I thought that probably won't sell. It only sold for like 10 bucks. Because let me see if you can see it there. I think it was at Big Lots. It sold for 10 bucks. And I thought, who's going to really want this? But it was Phineas and Ferb, so I thought, and she's showing it to me. I'm like, maybe there's something to it. So I decided to take it. And my thinking is, if no one wants to get it and I have it for a really long time, it can become our decoration. So we decorate for Halloween, so it's not going to go to waste. Oh, it does call it Glitter Glow there. I don't know where I get my information from half the time. It ended up being a really good deal because I got them for $3.99 a piece. So I spent 8 bucks to make 40. Again, anybody watching, you know that's not a bad deal. I was quite happy to make that. And look, it's really cute. Did I take? Yeah, there it is. It's cute. One of my sons actually said maybe we can keep one of them. But we have so many decorations. We really didn't need to keep one. And look how quickly it sold. I mean, it probably sold 2 weeks. It didn't take long to sell at all. It says 13 inches up there, but I don't think that's the widest section of it. I think lower down, so it has the 14 inches. It says, "Did I scare you?" Woo! I make terrible sounds. So yeah, that was really cute. I'm glad we found that. I was so excited about this when I came across this sweater. It's like, I don't know, something about it just drew me in. I got it at St. Vincent de Paul. And I saw it hanging there and I touched it. And it like, I swear that thing just drew me in. And I had to look at the label because I'm like, this is different. And I looked at it and I saw someone had and let me see if I can show you. They had their initial on it right there above the brand. And then I said, Amano. Never heard of this before. Then I saw think I saw 100% cotton, and I'm big on finding stuff that's 100% cotton. Start trying my best to stay away from polyester and acrylic and nylons. So I'm some of my stuff still have it because I didn't always know that those were not good fabrics to buy. So I still have that, and I'm gonna list it, but my focus is on getting better fabrics like linen and wool and cotton. So yeah, back to the name. So I looked at it and I thought, what something about this is different, which is so weird because I looked it up on my phone and I was like, oh my goodness, this thing sells for a lot. Never heard of it, but was so shocked to see how much they were selling for. So I obviously took it for what, $1. It wasn't even priced any higher than the other. Some things are marked a little bit higher, but this one was not. So it fell into the $1 group. So I sold this for, actually it was 124.99, but I have a 10 off of 50 or more. And so the buyer got it for 112. And is it, I think that's what it was. Anyway, it's close to that. I remember seeing 112 on there. And or maybe it was 114. Who knows? If it was 10 off it should be 114, but for some reason it's not the number I'm remembering. All right, so yeah. So when all fees were taken off, this bad boy, which only had one little piece of yarn sticking out right there, and there was one other thing, this little teeny stain that may come off when you wash it, but I didn't want to wash it and ruin anything. And maybe, in fact, I'm wondering if it said wash or dry clean. Let me go back through there. Hand wash or dry clean. There you go. And I did not want to take the chance in trying to hand wash it and ruining it somehow. So I just said, you know what? Usually when people get their clothing, they get it washed or, dry cleaned themselves. So why not just leave it the way it is and let the buyer deal with it the way they want to. So yeah, I left it that way. And so this thing was not listed more than a week and it sold. And boy, I couldn't be more pleased. It just felt like someone who was looking for this just was so happy to find it at a decent price because all the other Amanos are like wool and they're over $200. So, and I wanted to be fair in my pricing. So I did the 125 even though I knew I could have asked for more. And then I have the sale going, like that 10 off of 50 or more is going to be running for a good year or so. Unless I end it, which I don't foresee me doing that. But yeah. So this was a pretty awesome after fees made $95, pretty awesome find. I was very happy with it. So we're gonna do this one next. So this Polaroid 600 one step was not as pleasing a find as I would have liked. I started this camera out at like $89.99, maybe even $99, because I thought, oh, this is pretty old, like definitely within the vintage period, and it was brand new. It came with film. I thought for sure I could get 100 for it. Well, I was wrong. I did not. And the price kept coming down and down again until it hit the 20% off and somebody got it for $54.39. But I was very pleased to get a feedback that said that this was the perfect camera they were waiting to find, they wanted to have, and I was very pleased with that. So that made it very worth it. I feel like I go shopping for the whole world. Many people across the world. Um, yeah, yeah, it was very nice. I love getting the feedback and finding out how people are enjoying the stuff they buy from me. Like this one person, he said that he had to travel and the travel size lotions that he bought was perfect for traveling. And it's stuff like that. I love to see pictures that I get because, people will put on the shoe, take a picture and send it to me, or take a picture of them wearing their pants and they'll send it to me. I love, love, love that. That is something I cannot do without. I just keep sending it in. Keep sending it in. I love it. All right. So did I say how much I spent? No, I didn't. I spent $20, 25 actually. I thought it was 20, but I went back in my books and I found it. And it was $25 I spent on it. And I sold it for 54, which by the time I was done with fees, I made $18. So it's not nothing, you know? It's just not as much as I would have liked to make, which is fine. Now here's a pretty little boy. There's my Weejuns, my GH Bass and Weejuns. I was so thrilled with finding this pair of shoes. A lot of times I find these and I have no clue how to, even looking at pictures and comparing sold comps and pictures, it's like I don't know how to match up the style to how much it should cost. And this one, I must have figured it out because I marked it high. It's the first time I marked my Weejuns that high. So it must have been that I saw enough of them like that exact same brand, style, I mean, and must have seen it selling for even more because I marked it high. And even though I didn't get what I wanted for it, it's okay because I like when um people come back and they'll say, hey, can you, you know people who are being reasonable will say, will you take this much for it? And it's still up to me to go, okay, well, I need a little bit more. And if they're willing to, with this person, vehicle passing, with this person, they'd offered like, I think 85, and I was like, I almost click accept, but then I thought, can we do it a little higher? So I just went back and I said, how about 95? And they just paid for it right then and there. And I'm looking at it like, you're still making a $30 savings, even though you pay 95. So we both win. And for those shoes, I can't remember. Let me see. I'm gonna check to see if it shows it on the bottom how much it costs. A lot of the times they do. So those must have been $12 because it's a size 13D. So that must have been, I must have spent $12 on those shoes. I mean, and look at the condition. Aside from that little mark there, it's like barely any wear on the shoe. So anyway, yeah, I was very happy to go from spending 12 bucks to making selling it for 95, which after fees, I might have gotten 70 something dollars. That's still a great profit and I'm very happy with it. One thing, y'all, once I sell, I'm making something. It might be $2, it might be $100. I'm still making a profit and I'm very grateful for that. So every little bit counts. So this will be our last one. This one I got. I can't even pronounce this name, but I saw it in the store. I'm not even sure which store I got it in either. And it looked, oh, I think it was a Salvation Army thrift store. And I made sure it was brand new and made sure it was brand new because it was socks. And nobody wanted to put on socks somebody else wore. So once I realized it was brand new, and I put it back in the box and I bought it, and I think I only paid $5 for it. $5 into $40, people. Not bad. I was pleased with that. Of course, it was on the 20% off. I probably checked my sold comms to price it for 50, but it didn't go right away. But I also didn't have it listed that long either. It just fell into one of the 20% off stuff. So whoever got it at a good time. Yeah, and this is one of those things I'm like, well, like I said, I try to buy things that if I don't sell it, I can use it. And this is something I knew eventually I was probably gonna be like, I could probably use this because I'm only getting older. But I'm gonna have to keep looking for myself because it is now gone. So yeah, people, I am thrilled with my sold stuff. I thank you all out there who are continuing to support me in with your purchases. I always put a little sticker on there to say thank you and how much I appreciate you. I send feedback to let everybody know how much I appreciate the support. And I continue to thank you, and I continue to hope you come find me on eBay at Mama Cass Home Loving and keep buying. Hey, tariffs are going up, so this is probably gonna be the best place to buy stuff new or close to new, good condition, without it costing you an arm and a leg. So don't forget, things get too expensive out there in the world. Come to Mama Cass Home Loving. Mama Cass Home Loving, and check out my stuff. I have over almost 1,000 items and it's growing every day. So check me out. Thank you.